Howdy. Well, in the October update video, I mentioned acquiring a new Smith & Wesson product. Over the years, you've seen me go through a large number of these Smith & Wessons. I believe the first one was the, what was it? I guess it may have been the M&P9. Wasn't the first video, but it was one of the first ones I got. Then a 686 No Dash from '86, but it had the original cardboard box. A Smith & Wesson Model 19-3, I believe, also in its original box from the 70s. A M&P full size with thumb safety, and I think the Smith & Wesson M&P, the pre-Model 10. And there may have been some others. There have been a lot of Smith & Wessons. I kind of like them. This is yet another one. This is, let's see, I think it was made in 2013. But what could it be? Let's take a look. It is empty. But you see what it's supposed to be. I had to do it. Might as well move this out of the way, at least for now. If you saw the other video, you probably already knew what I got. This is, it is unloaded. Already checked it earlier. It is the newest M&P9. And by newest, I mean Smith & Wesson's changed a lot of things on the M&P9 lineup, as far as the features of the gun itself. First thing you'll notice, if you notice every tiny stupid detail like I do, it no longer says stainless on the slide on the left side. I don't know why, but it just doesn't. Maybe they figured it would save, I don't know, $1 from roll marking. Who knows? But I don't mind. Speaking of which, this full-size MP9 I purchased from GNR Tactical, and it was a substantially lower price than my 2011, 2010 M&P full-size. But getting to the actual technical things about the gun, yes, the slide is still stainless steel. Still melanited for increased hardness and resistance to corrosion, because yes, even a stainless steel slide will rust. It's hardened to 68 on the Rockwell hardness scale. Overall, no blemishes, nice smooth finish. Alright, so what are some of these changes that Smith & Wesson did? Well, one thing you'll notice here, I'm just going to let's see if I can actually zoom in on this, is, do you see that dark spot there? Right there above my thumb? Why, that is a frame plug. That way, this is the new frame that Smith & Wesson is using, so that basically, I guess this is simplifying their manufacturing process, so they can easily switch between frames for the thumb safety and the non-thumb safety versions. It's just a little plug that goes there. Additionally, they've also changed the barrel. M&P9 full sizes for a long time had complaints about the accuracy. Part of that was due to the incredibly slow rate of twist. I think it was a 1 in 16 or 1 in 18. And the fact that the barrel unlocked from the slide very quickly. So sometimes, from what I understand, at least from my research of the topic, the bullet may have still been in the barrel while the barrel was unlocking. So that's obviously not a good thing for accuracy. So Smith & Wesson went and redesigned the barrel hood and the way it locks into the slide, at least on the top here. And they may have done some changes down here to the actual locking, to the, I guess it's another locking area. And they changed the twist to a 1 in 10 twist, which is works a little bit better with your 115 grain ammo. They also added a performance center sear. So the trigger is much improved over my original M&P and basically any other M&P I've fired aside from a shield, and those with Apex components. It actually has a reset that's noticeable. So it is audible, I can't rack the slide since I'm holding my wonderful camera phone here. But the trigger's also noticeably lighter. I'd say it's probably in the 5.5 pound range. It's not bad, actually. Still not a Glock trigger, but you know, if you're shooting, you're probably not going to hear that audible reset. If you're at least you're shooting fairly fast. Also, they changed the slide stop. One thing I noticed with my original MP was that it would auto forward. I don't know what really caused that, but yeah, it was okay. I wasn't necessarily a fan of it. Shooting fast, yeah, it was good, but I'd rather have more control of the situation myself. The other thing they changed was in here on the right slide stop is there's a little bump internally, and it actually presses against the trigger bar, and supposedly that's also one of the changes that helps smooth out this trigger so it's not so just god-awful like it was before. Basically everything else with the M&P has stayed the same. You still can change out the back straps, still comes with 3. Unfortunately, they don't add an extra magazine in there, so you still only get 2. And as of right now, the very end of October of 2013, M&P magazines are very difficult to find, but they're starting to come back. Actually, Midway USA has some in, but they have a limit of 2. Aside from that, I've already shot the gun once, just with my carry ammo. And it's shot fairly well. I didn't shoot really for accuracy. It was just more of, I guess you could say, not absolute accuracy, but more of practical accuracy within about 15 yards. I really want to try this at 25 yards and see how it does. My old MP was not so great at 25 yards. So I have more hope for this one. The only thing I think I might change on this gun is probably the sights. I mean, I'd like a more visible front sight. The 3 dots are fairly nice, but I kind of like having a blacked out rear sight. So 10/8 sights are probably in the future for this gun. But this video is already going kind of long, so that's it. If you have any other questions, go ahead and let me know. I really need to get more rounds on target, but as y'all know, finding 9mm kind of difficult. Almost as difficult as finding M&P9 magazines. So, thanks guys for watching. I hope to hear back from you soon. Thanks.